everyone, it's Rokai and you're watching another movie of the week, and the movie this week was from Ratatouille from 2010, so if you haven't watched it, watch it now. New to movie of the week is I talk about a movie here, you guys comment below your thoughts, and in 2026 we're doing the alphabet twice, so this is our R movie. I've tried to do different genres here and everything, and I don't think I do enough kids movie, so I want to do a kids movie, and this is it. Also, it's animated, not just because I mean, I feel like the last kids movie I did was Minutemen. Like, that's not animated, but that's a kids movie. Or like, childhood movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I actually feel like this is a good kids movie. You know me, I'm very critical of kids movies because of what they teach you, and it's always like teaching you a lesson. But I do feel like the older kids movies, they're very sexist in like some of the things, like The Little Mermaid or whatever, very critical of things like that. But I think it's interesting because it's like looking at this, like I've watched this movie so many times as a kid, and actually like people say like this is like one of the best kids movies, and like I feel like it'd be top 10. Like, I don't know if it's the best, but it's a pretty good movie, and it's interesting because like I feel like a lot of the kids movies, Disney, I don't even know, Pixar, like whatever, it's like always like an object or like an animal or something. So like you think about like the bee movie, like Bee. So this is like rats. So I'm like, they probably like try to come up, they're talking about like every single animal, every single like object. They're like, what can we make like with that? And so like rats like have to do with like food, I guess, like because that's their whole thing, is like they go for food. So there was like a lot about this with like teaching about like not stealing, don't steal food is for like sharing, anyone can be a cook. So there's like a lot of lessons there. I think it literally is so crazy. Like, if I like this is like real life, like, well, first off, like the bee movie, like why are you in love with the bee? Like, I don't even know, we're not here to talk about the bee movie. But like the rats thing, like if that was real life, like you go to the mental asylum. Like, I swear to God, like, no, my rat is not making me food. I mean, it's just so crazy that like him, like pulling his hair was able to control him. Like, they had that aspect too. But I feel like it's a good, enjoyable kids movie. So there's not much else to say. I'm just kind of critical of like the whole like it being like rats. But I think that's the thing, is like they think of any object in like Toy Story. I don't know. Like, I'm blinking on other things, and they make a movie out of it. And I do think it has good lessons about like, anyone can pursue a career. Don't steal food. Like things like that. So I think it's a good movie. I don't have much more else to say, much more else to critique. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, it took place in Paris, France, but then everything was like in English. So, but anyway, I'm gonna end it here, and then the movie we're doing for next week is S, which is Spring from 2014, and I do want a preference. It's a little bit scary. I get scared easily, so I wanted to say, but I've seen this movie before, and it is doable, but I just wanted to make that clear. So anyway, comment below your thoughts about Ratatouille, and watch Spring for next week. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.